everyone, and welcome to episode 90 of This Week at Shrouded. I'm your host, A. Greener, and with us today we have Bebo, Mr. Wrecked, and new to the podcast, Thunder. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
I don't think that's how you spell thunder.
Okay, all right. Anyway, I don't think any of us... we decided to do the podcast this week, even though we were discussing whether or not we should, based on the amount of news that we had. Obviously, nothing's going on. TWAS are canceled. TWIDs are canceled, whatever the fuck you want to call them. From Bungie. Not a lot of news going out on the internet on the Destiny front, but there's some stuff that we want to talk about. We got some questions from the community. We got some Bungie Foundation or Bungie Love, Game2Give, whatever you want to talk about, news that came out today. I'm going to talk about some other games and why they are good. And we also got a list of the top 20 paid games on Steam this year, and I want to take a quick look at it and see if you guys agree with, well, obviously you can't agree, it's stats, but whether you think they're good enough to be at the top of the list or not. I can tell you right now, I disagree vehemently with number one.
So number one, Concord.
No. Oh my
Number
God.
two, Day Before.
The day before, that's great.
That's so funny. Okay. All right. So do you want to start with the questions?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alrighty. So I reached out to the Shrouded Gaming community and let them know that I wanted to know if they had any questions about Destiny or gaming stuff or whatever. And we got some responses. So let's get started. disneyheeler writes in and says, how would you say the state of the Destiny community is now?
The state of, okay. I mean, I could talk. The state of the community. I mean, I think the state of the community is still better than the state of the game, but I do think they're dwindling. They're dwindling hard. They're getting more and more depressed as time goes on. You can see that with the amount of players, concurrent players, the amount of time being put into the game, how many people are actively engaging with events like the Dawning, for example, which is, from what I understand it, not incredibly high. Yeah, they're very outspoken on social media, but they always have been. But I'm fine. I'm seeing more and more people that wouldn't necessarily be down or negative on the game really starting to. It's wearing them down. They cannot keep being positive, and I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it slowly go down as these episodes continue. Here's hope for Apollo. That's all I got.
Could I answer?
Yeah.
Cool.
No.
I think also. Oh, okay. Never mind. All right. Yeah. Never mind.
Oh, get
Maybe you
muted.
got it.
Mute him.
Yeah.
No, go.
I think also part of it is one, the episode system compared. I think the seasonal content, like our structure did get boring after a while because we had it for like 3 years or whatever, but at least it was consistent in its delivery. The episode system is just somehow they made it worse. It's more drip feeding content and just less stuff. It's the seasonal structure, but worse. And on top of that, also in terms of just media in general outside of Destiny, 2024 was a great year. It was a great year for gaming, a great year for music, a great year for TV shows. So I feel like there's just been a lot of media to consume this year. And Destiny's kind of taken the backseat, even with the final shape being as good as it was at launch.
Good point. Can I ask you something, Thunder, as one of our lead Sherpas?
What's up?
How have like Sherpa requests, have they gone down significantly, or like how have you seen the requests like overall, like compared
like
to let's say
like in the request form?
Yeah, like how many are you seeing now as opposed to?
It's definitely a lot less. Because, like the first 2 or 3 months after Edge dropped, it was nothing but 20 plus requests for Edge. But we finally hit all of them and gotten everybody their runs. So we're down to maybe 5 or 6 runs at a time being available. So,
ironically, just I guess it kind of goes on that question and the question of the Destiny community. Our activity actually increased this week over the previous 2 weeks before it, and the Sherpa request forum has more requests in it than it had in the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Which I thought was weird, since there's nothing in game that is facilitating that. But for some reason, people jumped on the game this week.
It's probably might be winter break for like I'm a senior in high school, so I'm on break until the 7th. So that could probably be it. People my age, maybe just being home.
Senior in high school, huh?
Yep.
Typically, whether you would think in most cases that a big holiday for everybody usually means potentially more activity within the game. But in yearly trends, we've actually seen during the Christmas break that game activity actually slows down because people are out visiting. They're not at home. They go on vacation or whatever it is. Some families go on vacation for Christmas. They're not playing because they're actively visiting with their family and stuff. So I wouldn't jump right to that as the reasoning. It does make sense, and it could totally be maybe less people are traveling this year, so activity on the internet is going up. There's no way for me to obviously us to track it. I just thought it was a funny instance where the first 2 weeks of the dawning, the activity is the lowest I've ever seen it ever, and then the third week of the dawning, like I guess maybe people wanted they're like, oh shit, maybe I do want to gild that triumph or get those emotes from the event pass or whatever, and now they're blasting it all out in the last week. Who knows? I don't know why.
I just have one thing to say about the question, and it's that I think the community is slowly starting to reach like levels of apathy as opposed to anger, and I feel like that's more dangerous than, because at the point that people just don't start caring about the game, then like that's when the game dies. People are mad about it and making videos about it and posting about it. It still brings attention to the game, but when there's literally nothing about the game being posted, I think like that's worse. So we're slowly getting there.
Yeah, like I touched on with the episode thing, because like during the seasonal structure, era, we had a week of stuff to do, and you could draw that out across a week if you wanted to. You could do 2 or 3 steps a day, get off and have it stretch out across a week. But you can do a whole act of content in like an hour or 2 maybe, and that act lasts like what 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever it is. So
6
like
weeks.
yeah, like Act 2's stuff or whatever act we're in, I don't even know. I got it done in literally like an hour and a half. And I do 3 Vespers a week because I still don't have the auto rifle that I want, and do a raid if I feel like it. Besides that, I've just nothing to do. I usually just go play something else.
It's funny that people kept saying, give me all the content so I can do it at my own pace. And then immediately after Bungie did it, they're like, where's the rest of the content, bro?
As true
I
as
feel
that
like that's
is,
episode.
also, yeah, as true as that is, also there is just in a single act of a episode, there is less content than in like a week of seasonal content.
Yeah.
There's just less content as part of
It's
it.
because they pulled the fetch quests out, right?
Yeah.
They pulled almost all of the go collect this shit that doesn't actually mean anything. Go rescue this stupid little frog. While
in my opinion that was a
Captain-
good move, they didn't replace
Captain
all that
Jacobson?
crap with actual stuff to go do.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean that was never going to be on the table.
I know,
You
but
know?
still, like that's the issue is they didn't replace the BS with like actual stuff people want to play or just anything at all.
Captain Jacobson the racist is an icon wrecked. Don't ever badmouth him again.
No, I need to ask some questions because a lot of people keep saying they'd finish Act 1 and Act 2 of Episode 2 in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Does that include like getting all of the tonics
work done?
and doing all the field work and all that stuff? Because that's all part of
I did
it
like
as
2
well.
hours, yeah.
There-
After that.
I don't know
So,
how, man. I've played
also
Act
a
2
big
for
fan,
like
right?
20
Destiny
hours and I'm
players-
still doing it.
if Destiny players are great at one thing, it's finding the fastest, least interesting way to get all the grindy bullshit done. So when we say a couple of hours to do it, a couple
Yeah,
of
it is a
hours
couple.
to do it. because the very first thing that happens when the season came out, when this episode dropped, the very first thing people did was go looking for ways to glitch the system so they could get all the field work done and get all the potions done. And there were within like 30 minutes of the episode dropping, Cheese Forever had a video up already about how to blast through all the field work and stuff using a glitch.
Yeah,
Right?
like Rec was saying, like when Act 1 dropped, the like actual like quest you were given took like maybe an hour for me to do, and then the rest of it was just to go do field work, aka bounties. That took me maybe an hour and a half, like maybe, like rough estimate. So
Yeah.
even
So
the extra stuff only took me about an hour.
the field work tried to slow you down unless you grab stuff on multiple characters without turning
I
anything
see. I didn't
in.
even do that. I literally just went on my Titan, picked up all the things, and just went and did them. Took me maybe 90 minutes.
Oh. So, it doesn't actually take that long. You are having some bad luck with your tonics when you try to get the potions you're missing is all.
I just think it takes like to get enough materials to do to get all the tonics. There's no way people are only grinding for 2 hours, because I do a 45-minute Tomb of the Elders to get the blue upgrade things that you need like 4 or 5 of to get each purple. And you only get like, I don't know, 7 or 8 of them. In
Once you have the right field work, you get them just dismantling weapons.
okay, but that's like you got to get to that point. I'm still not there, and I've only got 2 field work left.
I know we usually don't read chat, but Leo brings up a good point that this act may have been intended as a weekly release, but then
It was originally.
and then they opened it up for to be able to be like to get done on the like as soon as the act dropped. So that's probably why like it wasn't designed to be.
Yeah, they were talking about that during Act 1. During Episode 1, Act 1. Bungie put out an article that said they were listening to the community and that they intended, once Act 1 of Episode 2 dropped, they were going to drop it all as one weekly release for each act. So Act 2, Act 2, Act 3. Clearly, they weren't working on that shit anymore at the beginning of Act 1. There's no way.
Yeah, that was
maybe they were just finishing up some coding or whatever it was, but they weren't actively like doing anything regarding the actual content. So all they did was change how it released, and they probably pulled out some fetch quests. So yes, it would have, Leo. It would have been intended as a weekly release originally.
So that probably is why it makes it feel like I think if they took into consideration, right, if they thought, okay, we're gonna release everything as soon as it drops, they might do things differently, right, as opposed to just bringing everything that they already had forward to.
I don't think it would have mattered.
Yeah, maybe not.
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they would have done something differently.
They might have done something different, but I don't think it would have mattered from a community standpoint. It doesn't matter how much content they dropped off. Even if it took 3 hours to burn through the content, the very first thing that would happen within 15 minutes after it's the first person getting that content done, they'd be on Twitter saying, where's the fucking content, Bungie? Every single time. Because if there's one thing the community is good at and has always been good at, is being a bunch of whiny bitch asses.
You hear that, everyone?
Anyway, so fuck, I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Anyway, no, actually, yeah. So during Act 1, Episode 1, when they said that, I'd be willing to bet they were still working on Heresy at that point. So maybe we see some better implementation of the full drops for Episode 3. Maybe not. Maybe they're just hoping Heresy is good enough to get people to be ready for Apollo when Apollo comes.
Didn't they say that Heresy was going to be like half and half? They were going to have stuff drop the first day, but then, or was that Act 3? That they were going to change it up, like it was still going to have weekly stuff releasing.
They're always doing something experimental every time. We're doing something new that we've never tried before. We're experimenting with something new and innovative that we've never tried before.
They're trying to figure out what makes the most people happy, and the problem is everyone hates playing Destiny.
What would you say, Ebo, if they came out with a brand new Horde mode that has
don't
some
know
Gambit
because-
things that you got to pick up off the ground and deposit somewhere?
I don't really think like I'm the player. Like, I don't feel like I'm the player that Bungie's trying to please, right?
No,
So
they're
it's
not.
tough for me to say like, because I'm gonna play the game anyways, right? Regardless. I don't really know what to tell you as far
You
as
can't cater a game like Destiny 2 to the super hardcore players, or you'll never make any money. So no, they're not. They're trying to keep you happy
I
enough to stick
completely
around.
disagree with you.
Well, you're
but
wrong. Look at any.
It's okay.
It's just straight
It's okay
up.
to
Look
be
at
wrong, Wiener.
ask any game development that does a live service game. They make all their money off casual players, 100%. Like just tons and tons of money off of a casual player base. That's where all of it comes in. I've read countless articles, listened to countless dev insights regarding this system because people are always asking them, why don't you do more of this end game content? And that's always their answer every single time.
but
And I don't think Destiny is any different.
What is the base for any game? Like any game like this has been
No,
going on
you're
for
going to
10
keep
years.
playing almost no matter what. What they don't need to keep
Um,
they don't need to keep you happy for you to keep playing. What they need is the casual player base coming to the game and continue pumping money into it because you're already going to do that. So they just need to keep you just happy enough to do that. And that what they need to focus most of their resources on is the rest of the people.
We also mentioned this. I forgot who it was that said, I don't know if it was Rect or who it was that said most of like hardcore players are also the streamers, right?
Yeah, of
So
course.
like if they're not
Those
happy,
people are important. Yeah.
if they're not happy and they're not going to bring in more casuals because most of your hardcore players will also bring in a lot of casuals. Like, hey, friends of them, like, hey, come play Destiny with me. Like, I'll get you in stuff.
Yeah,
And a lot of the casuals are the ones that watch the streamers.
I
like,
definitely
you lose them.
I definitely
not-
agree with that. You need to keep the streamers on board, but there's
You
different
don't
ways
have-
to do that.
You don't have to put in more high-end content to keep the streamers happy. You have to put in
You
content
don't,
that's
you
gonna
don't.
have people that's gonna have casuals excited, so they have an audience.
So they're
to cater
watching.
to.
So they're watching. Also, just give away free in-game stuff for subscribers and Twitch. Like streamers are happy. That's all it takes. What do you think you've seen? What do you think over the last year you've seen so many more Twitch drops on Twitch from Destiny?
I think some streamers would definitely be interested in more difficult content, just for the
Yes.
sake of having more difficult content. Guys like Matix would like that, but I don't think guys like Azatros give a shit.
No, he doesn't.
They,
They
they want whatever is going to put butts
not
in the seats of their
Azatros.
stream.
Yeah,
you know?
that's exactly it. Like the Mactix, like you said, Salt would probably love that type of stuff. But these aren't the big hitters. Like
Well,
that.
Matix is pretty big.
But they're
Well, how
they're a
big is pretty
chunk.
big?
They're a good chunk. How big is pretty big?
Yeah, like I'm just curious. I don't watch.
Don't look at the camera, man.
Yeah, we have someone underage on the podcast. You
I'm
can't talk
not
about
underage
He's
anymore.
He's not
18. I
underage.
checked his
if,
ID
if you
earlier.
don't have at least a 2 at the front of your age, then
That's
you're
crazy.
underage. I'm old,
He's-
man. I
He's
can't.
big
I can't be-
enough that he was featured on Devin Nash because of the
I don't know what Devin Nash is.
Devin Nash is.
You mean Steve Dash?
He's a streamer that runs a advertising agency, and he's deeply into how Twitch.
I just wanted to know if
Matix
you
was brought on there
like-
because he has the highest ratio of viewer to sub on the entirety of Twitch.
I bet mine's bigger.
I don't think so.
I get like
Maybe.
30 viewers, but I have 300 subscribers. I don't know. That's like a 500,000%. Like,
And he was able to carry his viewership. He was able to carry that ratio into a new game. So he's able to transition his.
That's
community to
impressive.
Warframe.
that's impressive. I'll give him that. I'm just curious what the live numbers are, though. That's what I was wondering about. Because I'm just curious what's considered a big Destiny streamer. Because like I'm thinking like
Hundreds.
yeah,
300, 400.
okay, well
concurrents.
that's what Salt pulls as well. So I guess if that's what you're talking about as big, then absolutely.
Well, there aren't any Destiny streamers that are primarily Destiny streamers that are pulling 1,000 views on a regular. Doesn't
Yeah, ever since Glad kind of moved on, but because he used to pull a couple thousand when he played Destiny.
Doesn't Dado pull like around 1,000 every stream?
I think it's over 1,000 for Dado.
Dado isn't purely a Destiny streamer anymore, though.
I know, but like when he does stream Destiny, he usually
Who
pulls
would
like around
watch
1,000,
Dado
I think.
stream anything else?
He's
No,
been
I'm just
streaming.
kidding.
He's been streaming Pokemon lately.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I'm saying when he does stream Destiny.
He also has the benefit
ATP's been
of
streaming.
people in his circle who also stream. So, they pass fans around.
Anyway, yeah, it's all
That's
good.
an insane statement.
That's the type of shit that gets you canceled after going to a convention. I think.
Like
Seems
I
a
want
little
to
too-
I want to go back to the previous discussion about people just not liking Destiny anymore. This is a whole nother like fucking rabbit hole we can go down. But I feel like for me, Destiny's strong point, as good as like the new content is when it drops, generally, I've always enjoyed Destiny most for just like spamming like raids and end game stuff like that. Like even back in D1, like my favorite thing to do was just to do Wrath, 3 times a week, maybe do a King's Fall here and there, go do the Nightfall, go do all the weekly stuff. I've like again, as good as the new content is, I feel like Destiny's strong suit has never been new content. It's always been just like farming or
Classics,
optimizing optimizing your favorite activities. So even now, like my favorite stuff is to do is raids and dungeons. Besides that, like I enjoy some other stuff. Like Crucible's cool, but like if it's up to me, I'm doing a raid in a dungeon every other time I get on the game. But again, that's a whole another rabbit hole we can go down. I feel like people just put too much into the new content and never, I guess, stick to the game's strong suits, in my opinion.
I don't know the solution or how. I'm just going to keep saying Destiny 3.
I know the solution.
That's my solution. That's what I would
At
do
least
if I
for
was in
now.
charge.
I have a solution. Go play Warframe.
Warframe sucks, though. Like I don't
Yeah,
like that game.
The gameplay sucks, but their systems for giving you things to do for the long term
Whole
are
thing
so
is
much
about
better
the
than Destiny.
gameplay, though.
Dude, with Warframe, about every year I'll install it for about a week and I'll enjoy it and I'll be like, oh yeah, the gameplay is literally just spamming like 2 or 3 buttons, and then I uninstall it, and then about a year later I'll give it another try for about a week. I've been on that cycle since it came out.
Yeah, but
here's the. Sorry, I was going to say you were talking about the systems or whatever. Do you think if Destiny brought back the longer grinds for weapons that it would increase player retention?
If the longer grinds, no, not for weapons. I wouldn't bring them back for weapons. If you implemented something that was similar to the mastery rank system in Warframe, where you literally had hundreds of hours of just like showing the game that you're good enough to achieve these ranks, and incrementally as you went through them, you got specific cosmetics that was the only way you could get them, people would grind that shit out. If they were able to get emblems or ships or sparrows or whatever that were unique to having completed those activities that not everybody can do, people would absolutely do it. You know why? Because people are a bunch of elitist dickbags who want special things to make them feel like they're better than everybody else. You know how I know this? Every time they re-release an emblem that has a high rarity on the emblem tracker, people lose their fucking minds.
Yeah, I feel like part of that also is like there's not a lot for of like even acknowledgement for going out of like your comfort zone to do something. Like you get an emblem for solo flawlessing a dungeon, right? But besides that, it's like there's not a lot of push or even acknowledgement of doing stuff like that. Like maybe if you solo a grandmaster or hell duo a grandmaster, get like an emblem or something. Low man raids aren't supposed to be possible in the first place, but like if you do a 4-man Ron or Vogue or something, maybe give an emblem or something. Maybe just something more to chase after besides just doing your 6-man raid and your 3-man dungeon and then logging off would be cool.
They should also put in-game leaderboards for time trials in those activities. People would go fucking mad over that.
That could be cool too. Yeah, just again pushing towards more than just your typical, get on, do shit, and get
If
off.
it was Bungie's thing and there weren't any stipulations about how people got the shit done, yeah, people would be mad. They'd be angry. They'd be arguing about it all the time. You glitch this. You glitch that. You use this exploit. Blah 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 blah. You suck. I'm better than you because of this.
You
Too
did it
fucking
in a
bad.
season that that you had this. I don't have
Too damn
that.
bad. Too damn bad. People just chill.
Anyway,
So dumb.
they need long form progression that takes a lot of time investment, but gives you rewards incrementally that you can't get any other way that you can display to show
think
that
that's a
you're
great idea.
better than everybody that doesn't have them in your own EP mind.
I feel like
It's
we
just the worst, most negative terms possible when you're talking
Look
about
at,
games.
look at my
but-
Destiny, Dick. Look how big
Jesus.
it is.
All right.
He has a point though. Destiny ego is a very real thing.
It's so crazy to me. The game kind of like sucks.
It's well, to be fair, you got to go
Says
pretty deep
the
in. You got to go to like
community
the
leader.
you got to
So
go to like
what?
the try hard communities to find it. But yeah, Destiny ego is a very real thing.
I don't get it.
I mean, you'll see it occasionally in Shrouded, like there'll be a raid setup.
Oh,
guy who
yeah,
thinks he's
yeah,
literally
yeah,
Jesus. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
lot more of that in other areas.
I've definitely seen a lot of it. I just think it's wild. Like, go
Yeah, the concept
Play
of
a hard-
having an
go
ego
play a
over
hard
game
game.
is crazy. Yeah, exactly.
like
I've
go.
done Ruined Nightmares 300 times. You've done it 50. You suck. Die. Like, yeah, that's kind of insane.
Destiny
Nope.
could
I second that.
make things harder. They could
Die.
have things even. I don't want to keep going back to Warframe, but they could have things like Steel Path for Warframe, which is when you get to doing Steel Path, you're literally just playing the game again, only on a higher difficulty. It's like New Game Plus for Warframe. There isn't anything that says they couldn't do that for Destiny.
No.
Grandmaster story content. Go.
I think
Enjoy.
Warframe is like the perfect like comparison because it is basically like Destiny's main competitions. I don't
Fuck
think you're
are you
wrong
doing,
in
Greer?
going back to Warframe.
Warframe has the shittiest gameplay of any live service game I've ever played. I'm sorry.
He's doing what I said in the server, bro.
I've
Bros
played
doing the
a good
fucking-
chunk of Warframe. I don't like the gameplay, but their progression systems are 1,000 times better than what Destiny has.
That would help.
I think
having an in-game
Warframe's gameplay
progression
is
like
fun, but it's way too competitive. Because Destiny's gameplay, like, generally never, like, it feels different every time I play it. Warframe's is, like I said earlier, literally you're just spamming 2 or 3 buttons. I just kind of don't get much out of
Hey,
that.
look, I'm bullet jumping till the end and I get out. Ta-da!
Yeah. You're just spamming sprint and jump basically the whole time. Maybe you will swing a sword or a gun around, and then, yeah, that's it.
sprint
And do
jump?
whatever
No,
puzzle
I'm
you
not.
have to do to unlock the thing to let you get to the exit. That's it.
Yeah. While there is a ton to do, there's just not. It all feels the same when you're again doing the same 2 or 3 button clicks every activity.
So, and
So-
they could time gate some of their equipment in Destiny too, and I would be okay with that. I realize that is an unpopular take, and there would be a mass riot in the Destiny community if they had to do that. But I don't know how many of you played Destiny 1, but Arms Day was a thing where you would go to Banshee and you would do some quests to get some guns unlocked, and you had to go to him on specific Arms Days to get the guns you wanted. And then you didn't even get the
Every
guns when you
Wednesday,
did the
dude.
stuff. You had to wait for the next week to show up to even get the guns you did the thing for, right?
You
Because they
ima-
had to be
shout
delivered,
out-
they had to be manufactured and arrive.
Shout out Wednesday Arms Day, bro.
You know,
Imagine a quest dropping now that you couldn't
Wednesdays
get
like days for
the
me.
gun before the end of before end of day. People'd lose their shit.
yeah, absolutely.
Again,
Well, Rick, what other
we're not
questions
supposed
you
to talk
got
to
there?
chat, but I think B is a Warframe fan, and you guys offended her.
That's fine.
To be fair,
we-
B has literally I'm not exaggerating. She's literally done and has everything in the game, so she's at a way higher level than any of us are. So maybe there is more once we get deeper. But just from a casual player perspective, it is very repetitive and just not my thing. It's simply just not my thing.
I'm not
as
saying
simple as that.
Warframe is a bad game. Lots of people.
It's not
enjoy
bad,
the
yeah, it's
gameplay.
just I don't get-
think the gameplay is interesting.
Yeah, I just don't get much out of it.
Yeah, I can't talk too much about it. I always say things or whatever it is, but I played it literally for an hour like 4 years ago and was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
So,
But it's not even just Warframe. I love Remnant 2, But like now that I've finished my first playthrough of all the DLCs and all that, I don't really have any interest in like doing it again just on a harder difficulty, just because like that just doesn't interest me personally. But I'm sure it does for a lot of other people.
Yeah,
What is this under about doing New Game Plus on Elden Ring that's interesting, but going back and doing it on a game like Remnant isn't for you?
Because Elden Ring, it's not New Game Plus isn't like you're doing a whole nother playthrough. It's basically just like a boss rush because you keep all of your items. So you're literally like your first playthrough, you're probably picking up and exploring everything, right? So it takes 100 or whatever hours. New Game Plus, maybe 15, because you're literally just going boss to boss and just kind of bull rushing through the whole game because you have all your stuff from your first playthrough.
There's a thing in Elden Ring where you can't, like, once you beat a boss, you can't go back and fight him unless you like try to help somebody else beat him. So, but you're not doing it in your game; you're doing it in their game. So a lot of people like to go back and find other ways, better ways to do it, better ways to fight it. I don't know, try new builds on it, that type of stuff.
Yeah, that was my thing. I just new builds.
Yeah.
I'm on playthrough number 8, and I've done a different build every time.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm never going to play it again. I played it once. I never had any interest in New Game Plus. The only reason I went through the boss rush in the second time is to get to Erdtree, because unfortunately I'd started a New Game Plus when I finished and then put the game down for a year. And then I was like, you're fucking kidding. I have to get all the way to Moog to get to Erdtree. Oh my God. Anyway, so I did the shortcut quest, which was nice. It only took a couple hours to get there, but that was still very annoying to me.
Yeah. Luckily, if you know what you're doing, you can get to Moog. Like, literally, you kill, like, 2 bosses, and then you can get to Moog, so.
Yeah, pretty much. You gotta, I don't remember the name of the first one.
Godric.
Oh, yeah, you have to kill Godric, right? And then what's
Wasn't
his
it?
name?
Margaret.
Wasn't it Henry?
Radon.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you had to kill Radon.
You have to kill Radon, yeah.
I want to address chat. I'm breaking that fourth wall again. I see
Okay.
Gamer Girl saying that she's enjoying Warframe. It feels very Borderlandsy to her. Well, this may also irritate some people, but Borderlands is a shit game. It's a shit looter. You should just not fucking play it.
Okay, Borderlands 2 is incredible. Like, get out of here. Like, 1 and 3, okay, I can totally understand you, but 2 is good on every account. The grinding system's great. The guns are amazing. The story's good. The actors are, just top notch.
Borderlands 1 and 2 story is fine. It's fun to play through the first time, but going back and grinding through it again,
is good.
Oh,
I've
never
it.
3.
Stop replaying games, you weirdos.
I've played
Play
about
it.
an hour of Borderlands my entire life, so I don't really have an opinion.
I think Borderlands is one of the most overrated games out there.
Well, I don't think it's overrated because I don't think many people really liked 3. I think that's a pretty common. So I think it sold well because people are excited because 2 is incredible, but I think the general consensus is 3 wasn't good, and I am not excited for 4 at all.
I like Tiny Tina's, but only because I'm a D&D nerd, and it was funny a little
I
bit.
didn't play Wonderlands. I've got it, but I've never played it. I bet it's good.
Yeah, I heard that game was fucking miserable. Like even worse than Borderlands 3.
It is. The gameplay was bad, but the story and the commentary was funny because I was a D&D nerd. Because I am a D&D.
Did you enjoy Happy on Life then?
No.
Bruh. What?
All right.
I'm
Anyway,
not happy in life either.
Or High on Life, whatever the game is called.
Oh, High on Life. I never played it, but I mean, I haven't watched Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it was
either,
better
so.
than I was expecting. Like it was actually kind of fun to play, but Rick and Morty humor is only fun for about like 2 hours, and then it's kind of just like annoying. So,
somebody finally got me to watch Rick and Morty, so I started watching it, and then about halfway, 3/4 of the way through the season I was watching, I was like, I realized I wasn't watching the first season. I started like somewhere in the fucking middle. And I was like, maybe that's just part of it. Maybe this continuity seems weird, but that's all right. Maybe that's just part of the show. And then I went back to watch the first season. And I was like, this is fucking garbage. And then I stop watching it entirely.
Yeah, there's certain streaming services that you'll click a show and it'll start you in the current season, and it's really weird because it's like I just did that recently because I started watching From on Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
and I clicked it. and I clicked it.
Paramount Plus.
Yes, it's a streaming service. Anyway, I clicked it and I went to watch it, and then the first thing that came up was previously on from, and I'm like, what? No.
W show, by the way.
Yeah,
Enjoy
it's
it.
pretty good. Have you watched all of season 3? I'm not going to get into it much, but have
I
you
haven't
watched
watched
it all?
all of season 3.
Okay,
I
it's
was watching it
starting.
when it was still free, when it was still completely free on Amazon,
Mhm.
and they stripped it out to Paramount Plus just as I was getting to season 3.
Okay, season 3 is. I'm getting a little bit annoyed with one of the main storylines.
I'm
Which
afraid
is
they're gonna
unfortunate.
take the Lost route, and things are just gonna get fucking.
It hasn't gone batshit crazy. That's not what's bothering me. It's just there's a storyline that is like, oh my god, can we finally get to the end of the season so this is over? Because that's how they
Yeah.
do it. You know, big story arc, big story arc, big story arc. So anyway, I don't think I don't know. And season 4 doesn't come out until 2026, which I'm annoyed now because I got right into the show.
Well,
I'm
thank you, Disney Healer, for your question. We answered it and then went all over the place with it, like I expected.
Oh, we went all over the place. I love it. I love it. And actually, there was a lot of conversation that was legitimate Destiny, and that question was really good. I think it saved the podcast because I didn't
that
know
was the
what we were
first
going
one.
to talk about. Yeah, no more questions. Oh, we got a list of TV shows. No, we're good. We're not going to talk about that right now. Maybe in the post show,
else you got,
Destroyer,
Rick?
if you're still here. Next question.
Do we want to do another question, or did we have something else we wanted to talk about?
Nothing big. I'm going to talk about the Bungie Day emblems. And what else? There was something else.
Now to give a little breathing room before.
Okay, sure. Why not? I got it right here. We can pull it right up on the screen. Okay, so today the Bungie Foundation tweeted out what they're going to be doing with the emblems for the Vault, just like they did last year. And as anticipated, the Vault are the emblem sellers. And what did you refer to Destiny players that think they're better than everyone earlier?
I don't know.
Elitist?
Chuds?
Elitist
Elitist chuds.
Freddy Fazbear's.
Are losing their shit on Twitter, and I fucking love it. I love it. Anyway, we're gonna show the ones. So they're not showing the new ones. This is just the Vault that we're gonna show off right now. We haven't officially seen the new ones yet. I think it's this one, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Why is it still black? There we go. Jeez, that took so long.
Whoa.
All right, stop being weird. Okay, so
Really?
if you can see my screen now, yes?
Yep.
All right, cool. So they launched this today, and some of you will recognize some of these emblems. So these are gonna. I can't confirm whether they're doing the same thing they did last time, where these are all $7. But I assume they're probably going to be the lower prices for the donations, and then the new we'll call it the Borderlands shader, and there's a new Sparrow, I think.
Skimmer?
Will probably be no, it's a Sparrow. Will be the higher price things. Like last year, it was the Cosmic and the Universal Constant, the Cosmic Ship, the Cosmic Tune, and the Universal Constant emblem. They were the $29 and the $21 or 28, 21. I can't remember exactly. These will probably be the $7 ones if they stick with that system. But some of these you'll notice on here, the Spectral Sea emblem and the Suspended Animation emblem, were pretty rare because they were like $60 donations at one point to the St. Jude Foundation. There may have been other ways to get them. I don't know specifically, but that's crazy. All these Heart of the Highlander and Highland Heart were charity ones from some Scottish charity, I think. I don't know. Not 100% sure. Do you guys recognize any of these that you've been wanting or haven't been able to get?
I don't want them, but I recognize about 4 of them.
Okay. You don't want them? What do you mean? You're not an emblem collector?
I'm an emblem collector of cool ones, which none of these are.
I like Spectral Sea, actually.
No,
it's really nice.
what does it say? The I almost said the red one, the one that's right next to the one that has like the deer on them, or what looks like deer.
You mean like a
Sheep? The one next to the sheep?
Yeah, whatever the animal that is. I
the
don't know.
ser- the this
Yeah, that one. That one
this
actually looks dope. Yeah, that one's dope. But all the other ones, whatever about.
Did you
Okay.
say senior in high school?
Dude, I'm not full screening the stream, bro. I can't actually read what it says.
Okay, so we got fluid resonance here. We got fuck, I don't know.
See, dude, like
No, but this one's weird. It's like it's Euclidean theorem.
Oh, I'm not even gonna.
Highland heart, knees out, heart of Highlander, Circean
Euclidean?
lenses, plaid
Euclidean?
plaid pride, spectral C, suspended animation,
Wait.
electromagnon, eclipsing keep, and woven resilience are the ones.
Huh.
I don't know why
A lot
people
of big
collect
words
emblems.
in there, huh?
Damn, because people love them. They're amazing. I don't know if that's true or not, but anyway, we could. No, I'm not going to get into looking them all up. Anyway, this is your. I was going to look up bars of them, but I don't care enough. You guys can go check them out. These are the ones that are going to be for sale for charity. Coming on January 23rd. You can catch 3 of us, maybe 4. I don't know. Oh, if Ruct was available. I need one more person for that, but anyway, doesn't
Need
matter.
one more person for what?
We're doing a 0 to Hero game to give stream Thursday, January 23rd. I think I talked to you about it, but
Doing dungeons or raids?
raids.
I mean, I could probably participate.
It's
We can
Grim,
talk about
Evo, Thunder, and Static, I think, right now. And
Yeah,
me,
get a boy.
of course.
Love for Rec to round us out. That would be great.
Yeah, and it'll take place
What the
during
fuck are you trying to say? That Rex gonna round you out? Oh, shit. You calling me
Gotta
fat?
finish up the team, bro.
I said what I said.
Jesus Christ! All right, stop sharing. It's going to. We're going to start early, and in the middle of it, it's going to take place during our Bungie Foundation block
Time slot.
whatever it's called that they feature us. So hopefully we'll be well into it and people can fuck with our runs with donations. That's the idea.
Should have like, you know what I said. What I said. Also, like in the thing that you said, I need to find the full team first, and then we can.
Yeah, you imagine having the actual team available that would be doing it. Yeah. Before we start practicing.
Well, not practicing, but like, I meant like we should have a stream so that like we see like people how the challenges are, like which ones are like cool and which ones aren't. You know what I mean?
I understand
I'm
what
having
you're
trouble
meaning.
here. Okay.
I don't.
He wants to, like, I don't know, make a list of potential challenges and let people do them before the charity, while we're doing some practice, basically, to find out which ones actually are interesting, like donation worthy challenges.
Yeah.
Rather than
Like
just
which
make a bunch up and put them on the thing.
Yeah, and then just go with that without
them being without them being entertaining, or actually
Yeah.
mess with it too much, because it could be something silly and it's like nothing happens. And I've only been able to come up with a couple in my brain, but I haven't really sat down and thought about it either. Anyway, doesn't matter. We can talk. We'll figure it out later. That's not a podcast talk. All right. So yeah, I was excited when they dropped those today, and I'm really excited for. I had a lot of fun doing the game to give last year, so I'm excited for it this year. Though I do think there is less people that are interested, so we'll see. We'll see how that shakes out in the long run.
Oh wait, what?
Nice. Let's go back to the question. You got a second question there?
I mean, I have some other questions, but I don't think they're as conversation creating as the rest are.
That's fine.
CCX
Rapid
Leo
fire
asks, Do you think games should bring back the ability to make custom skins and emblems? I don't think gamers could handle that kind of responsibility these days.
No,
Everything would be a penis or a swastika or something racist.
100%. Gamers are the worst. They're the worst people on the planet. Like sometimes I don't get it. I don't understand.
By us saying that, we're just showing how
They're
soft
probably
and weak
worse
we
than
are, according
Nazis.
to those guys.
That's
No.
insane.
Well, interesting.
Bro, don't even start. Some of these fucking people, yeah, they would definitely like you give them the choice. I'm not even going to get into it. They would absolutely side on the wrong side of the war.
Marvel Rivals, when you set up a faction, it's like a 12-person team.
Mhm.
You can actually upload your own art for your team icon.
Can you?
I presume that it goes under some review process, but
I was going to say, how's that gone so far?
I haven't seen anything about anything weird being used as an icon, as a team icon. I presume it has to be reviewed before it actually goes into effect. But
that's pretty impressive. There is something that I noticed recently, not super recent, but that I was actually a little bit jealous of because I thought it would be super cool to have in game. The Division 2 has a guild system, and you're allowed to pick an emblem for it. And there was a couple big. There's only one that comes to mind, but there was a logo in there for Kind of Funny Games, which is it's a YouTube channel that's hosted by former IGN staff. Mm-hmm. If you don't know who they are. And they must have had a contact in there somewhere, and they had their guild all set up, and they had their logo in game, and it's something that even I could pick, like it was in the game, and I'm like, damn, like, wouldn't that be nice if we could, have our community logo as our guild logo? Why are these guys so special? And I get it, they're influencers and whatever, but like,
that would be cool.
I only had one clan. We had 3 at one point in the division. Like, just saying. I had more people playing that game than someone else. Why don't I get a logo?
Greener holding grudges.
Oh, I hold so many grudges. Anyway, my point being is I think it would be really cool if, but it would have to be heavily moderated, unfortunately. Because people suck. If you give them the opportunity to build, draw, or create something, I actually saw this on. Do you guys know the streamer? What's his fucking name? His real name is Thor. What's he streaming?
Pirate Software.
Oh, Pirate
Software.
Yeah. Anyway, he told one of his little stories that he does once about devs, video game developers, and they actually have a term that the acronym is TTD. And what it is if you give anybody a game or creation tools in a game, the TTD stands for time to dick, basically.
Time to goon.
Yeah. So how long it takes to create a penis. And it's something that's widely known over the game development.
Gaming developer stuff.
Yeah. And it was a really funny story. He told it better. It might not even be TTD, but it's that general concept. I think
remember. It is actually. But
okay.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was funny. And then he was talking about it, and that how all game developers talk about it. Anybody that has creation tools in their games, they all have a TTD, or TTP maybe. Yeah, time to penis.
Yeah,
I mean, some of the first videos I saw about the newer of the Zelda games,
yes,
people making
giant
penis mechs, flying penises that they could ride on, or making missile penises where a boss would be coming at them,
in the chat?
and they would rapid fire set off these missiles that were the shape of penises. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we got to talk about penises while I'm here.
One of the things that I did in Fallout 4 was create a giant LED penis that was shooting jizz out its out of the top of it. It was like the doorway to my town. You had to walk through the balls to get in. But if you saw it from the other side of the map, it was just a giant penis shooting sperm at the top of it.
I hear that's how the main entrance to Ohio is.
I don't know if that's
Damn,
funny.
Shut up.
Anyway,
Yeah, and don't come back.
he doesn't even know how to shut his camera off right.
I know he did it like 3 times.
I'm just clicking a button.
Jesus. Anyway, yeah. So point is, that's not nearly as bad, but unfortunately, you'll find a lot of racist and just offensive stuff that I don't know people find necessary to build
Offensive
for some reason. No, it's not that they find it offensive. There is obviously a line where people cross that are,
That's how
you
you
know,
drop.
all right, that's a no, but that's like they weren't trying to offend you, calm the shit down. And then there's a line on the other side that was like, no, like I fucking hate you and your kind.
Your people.
Yeah, that's good. So
I mean,
you know.
there's
and then there's
also-
a group in the middle.
There's also a large crossover of the edgelord community into the gaming community. We're just doing things to get a rise.
Just doing it to get rise, which is just as bad. It's not any worse in my opinion. I mean, it's not any better. If you're doing it to just get a rise out of somebody, you're just as bad as the person that actually believes it.
You don't have to do much to get a rise out of me.
Enough! God damn it! What is wrong with you?
Who knows?
We're talking about penises, bro. What do you expect?
That's my
didn't
PhD is in a penis.
Don't worry, Greener. You'd barely be
Dry
able to tell when
penis.
you're getting a rise out of him anyway.
What does PhD stand for then, Bebo? Penis holder discography?
Penis holding degen.
You didn't look at shit. You didn't look at nothing.
Oh,
Okay, everybody, let's move on to the next question. I mean, TLDR on that question, it would be awesome, but I don't think we could handle the responsibility as a community.
That's it. That's all we're gonna ask tonight.
There was no other questions. Oh,
There
man,
were
I
other
like
questions.
I don't even
but
know what
they're
the
like-
question was. We just answered.
They're like,
to be
do you think
honest.
Sweet Business should get a full rework or a buff? And
absolutely.
They could like just
Listen,
delete it.
listen.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the question, James the Fluffy Wolf, and because we mentioned your question, you will get your points. But I don't know how to even approach that question without making somebody feel bad, because it's like,
It's a simple yes or no answer. Yes. Move on. Let's go.
See,
Next
no,
question.
nerf everything.
my question, my answer would be no. Give us new, cool exotics. Don't worry about the old ones that suck.
It's not very nice.
I only
And
need to
give,
have a
it,
buff
and give
and
us
Iron Banner.
quests. Give us quests to unlock them. I'm sick of this dog shit season pass auto unlock nonsense and these stupid fucking exotic quests that you got to do 70 times to
minute.
unlock
Wait a
all
minute.
the fucking.
Wait a minute. First, you say, "Give me an exotic quest."
Not the exotic
I'm tired
quest,
of these
but
3 ones. But then we have to do a quest, and you're also mad. I'm confused.
no, you know what I mean. There's a difference between these
like the thorn and
these
Bad
exotic
JJ with you
missions and then the exotic quests that we used to get. The problem with these fucking exotic missions is you have to do it once to unlock it, and then you got to do it again and again and again and again to unlock each and every little perk on it. And there's like almost none of the weapons, except for maybe Black Whisper, that have that or whatever it's called.
Listen,
That's what it's called.
Red Whisper.
You're right.
it was. It
Red
was
Whisper.
Black
Modular.
Spindle. It's been Whisper
Black
of the
Hammer.
Worm. It was Black Hammer. These are all
Whatever.
names that applied to the same gun.
Okay, either way,
Two are
is
one now.
like I don't use any of those ones that have like the interchangeable catalyst. I hate all that shit.
Choir? You don't have choir?
I have choir.
Use
I don't
choir?
use it. Anyway, just give me a fucking gun that has an exotic perk.
You
Like,
mean to tell
and then
me you
give
don't
me a
use
really cool.
Reaper?
No, give me a really cool masterwork. I don't like the old ones that are nice. Like, remember Telesto's masterwork was you went from like 2 to 7 bullets? Yeah, that's the type of stuff that I want. Like, I forget. It's
2
something like that.
bullets?
Maybe not. Maybe there was more.
No,
but
I'm asking. I genuinely don't know. I wasn't playing by that time.
it was really
That what
low.
it had?
And it increased it significantly. Yes. I don't remember the exact. Does
That-
chat know how many bullets Telesto has before its masterwork?
All right. Well, Greener. So the alternative, do these long form quests. All right.
Uh-huh. There's no
So
alternative.
you're
It's the
okay.
answer.
You're trying to get Thorn, and it's like you need to get 300 kills with
Yes.
a void hand cannon in PvP in order to get this gun.
Yeah, no problem. I'll
Absolutely
bust
not.
out
No
my old
answer for him.
Kindle Orchid, man.
Nope.
Pew 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 pew.
Did.
Wait, what was that? Can you do that again? I don't know.
Pew pew
Sorry.
pew pew pew. All right, you good? Anyway, yeah, no, I'm not saying don't like. Actually, I am. Don't have the exotic quest. You want to have this quest in the game to give us content? Absolutely. Don't tie these stupid ass exotic catalysts behind them. It's the dumbest shit ever.
Here's what I think. I think they should
Okay.
never announce when an exotic quest is live, and just like drop it without telling anyone.
That's what they did with Whisper, and it was awesome when we all figured it out.
I think they should hide the best
Do
catalyst
you even
for every
remember the name
exotic
for it?
behind a grindy session of PvP. And especially the
All right. Can you
PvE
mute Rex?
catalysts that make the guns top
Can
tier
you
in
mute him real
PvE
quick?
should be locked behind getting
Bungie
multiple
doesn't
hundreds
hear
of
what he's
kills in the Crucible.
You
Is
know,
it Witherhorde like that?
I've actually have no Witherhorde was just kills in general. It didn't have to.
You
be
had to get
PvP.
grenade
No,
multi
there's
kills
a Crucible
for
one.
Witherhorde in PvP. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember
That
because
was-
that's the fucking longest step in any quest that it has ever taken me.
But Witherhorde was a seasonal
The
exotic,
hand cannon, yeah. Yeah, when
What?
I started playing,
wasn't it?
like I had to unlock it from the Monuments of Light.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so the catalyst was unlocked differently.
It dropped, yeah. It dropped like from
I'm so confused.
Banshee. Yeah,
It
no, I
wasn't-
know, I can see that.
It, wa-
You had to
it
get,
wasn't.
you had to get grenade kills for Witherhorde at one point. Yeah.
It wasn't just do 400 activities during the season to unlock the catalyst.
I didn't play the
I'm not
season that
talking about
Witherhorde-
you. I'm talking about when we had it.
I don't think so.
Holy fuck!
You had to do a bunch in PvP. It's been so long, but there's a quest out there where you have to get grenade multi kills that people are always bitching about even today.
No,
And I
Grenade
believe
multi
it's
grenade
kills.
tied to
launcher
Witherhorde.
kills in PvP.
Yeah, that was for Mountaintop.
No,
It was. It
that-
was
I-
though.
There was one. There was some for Mountaintop, but that's not what we're talking about. Pretty sure
I-
I'm pretty sure you gotta do it for Witherhorde.
Okay. All right. I don't believe it. I need more
remember-
information.
With the Horde Caddy having a step where you had to do Nightfalls, because I remember I didn't have Beyond Light at the time, so I literally just could not get the Wither Horde Catalyst for the longest time.
Okay. Well, if you remember that, then there must have been multiple steps for it. It must have been before they made it really boring for the seasonal exotics, where you just do activities and eventually it unlocks.
Yeah.
Because that was, yeah. And then it unlocks and then you have to get kills with it afterwards. It's a fun story. I always love it. He's not bored. He's annoyed because I didn't believe his story. At least, yeah. Anyway,
He also wishes there were more PvP steps for PvE exotics.
I've got no
I'm good.
problem with that. I remember when
I
we
do.
had to play Crucible to get Recluse, the best PvE weapon in the game.
That is the moment they'll stop. I will stop playing when they start doing that.
Why? You had to get to 2100. You literally have to be the worst player in the world not to be able to get to 2100.
What are you talking about?
The comp score.
In order to
2100.
get Recluse back in the
Oh,
day, you had to achieve a competitive score of 2100, which is roughly equivalent to, I don't know what it would be equivalent to now. It wasn't actually easy for everybody though, Greener.
Your score barely goes down if you lose a match below 2100. So essentially, you would just have to eventually, at some point, win like 10 PvP matches in Crucible, and you'd have the Recluse. And
You just
like
don't understand some people's abnormal amount of anger and frustration they get getting dumpstered in PvP over and over and over again.
then just group up with a couple good players from the SGC. They'll carry your ass to 10 wins and you're good to go. Like,
I'm good.
okay, I don't know.
wouldn't
I guess
burden anyone with that ever.
you wouldn't have to. If you have fingers, you can get to 2100.
You know, or you
I'm good.
could always just set up some kill lobbies, but you know, don't manipulate the network because that's against terms of service.
That is against terms of service. Don't do that. Anyway,
Send
so
me a
that's
DM,
fine. And then Mountaintop, yeah, I was fine with Mountaintop too. 700 grenade launcher kills in Crucible. That was fun.
Yeah, definitely never did any kill lobbies for that. Not
I
me.
didn't. I did legit.
I
100%
definitely.
legit.
Can we do everything in
I can
in
promise
private
you
matches
that
now?
as the PlayStation DL, I never organized any kill lobbies in the SGC. Not ever.
You shouldn't have done that. It's against terms of service.
Exploiting his community. It's crazy.
Pretty sure we ban people for that now.
How is it manipulating the network if all you're doing is backing out of matches and rejoining matches till you find somebody who's doing the same thing?
Yeah, that's
No VPNs involved.
all right. Fine.
There's no
that was just-
actual
I
proof
bought
that
Mountaintop
I'm
from the
not in
vault.
Lithuania.
I mean, that works
No.
too.
Now, we might have had two fire teams trying to match each other where two of the accounts were logging in from the same house, but no VPN. No VPN.
Okay, so you just happen to have people. Got it.
Yeah.
This entire segment is gonna be beeped, right? Just,
No, why? I was called an elitist in chat, though. I
your
apologize for
face.
saying 2100. It wasn't difficult to get to.
I don't even
But-
know what that means.
Me neither.
What?
He's talking about
2100?
comp. He's talking about comp. I know he's
Do
talking
you
about.
not understand that there's a
Mhm.
score given to you when you play comp?
Yeah,
No,
but
I've never played comp.
Okay, here's
Well, I
the
did
thing.
for the placement,
If
but I
you
wasn't paying
play
attention.
a match in comp after your placements, there's a number that you get. And then if you win, that number goes up, 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 up. If you lose, it goes down, 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 down. Back in the day, you needed 2100 in that number to get the recluse. And if you were under 2100, when you lost, the number went like this. Doop. And if you won, the number went like this. Woo! That's why it's so easy. You could lose 10 matches in a row and then win one, and you would still come out ahead. Like, eventually, it doesn't matter how bad you are, you would eventually win enough to get to 2100. Like, I am confident in that. Back, like, I would say even like a 6-year-old that's never played video games before would eventually win enough matches or get carried enough by the random blueberries that they would have recluse.
6-year-olds are more exposed to technology than I was as a child, so I wouldn't really.
listen,
Nah, they're still pretty bad.
What-
I've seen some 6-year-olds play games.
young people these days
Really,
can't
what's an
handle
area?
getting beat 10 times in a row. By about time 3, they've deleted the game off their console or PC. They can't handle it.
I
anymore.
have Crucible uninstalled, so I would have to reinstall that part of the game.
All right, I can't with you. Fuck it, you're the worst.
At
you should change your,
PvP?
you should
Yes,
change your
been
name to
talking to my dad.
Worst Bebo instead of sussbebo.
The last time I played PvP with Bebo, it was literally just him running around, firing Osteostriga. He was just holding the trigger down as he ran around the map. That's
With
it.
fucking peacekeepers just running.
Yep.
A good old times.
No enemies. Couldn't see any enemies. Bebo was just running towards the point, firing the gun.
I had to turn off whispers. For that session of PvP. And I still sucked. But at least I was having fun hip firing at everything.
Okay, whatever. Let's move on before I punch Bebo virtually.
Is that a promise or?
Yeah, you said that last time. It's not funny anymore.
I disagree. Actually think it was funnier this time around.
What else we got to talk about?
WHP.
Anything from you guys?
No, but we've been going for a little over an hour, and Thunder's got to go soon anyway.
See, I have a Sherpa in 3 minutes, so not
3
bad.
minutes. Okay, you can bounce.
All right, appreciate it though. If you need me next week, I'll be on.
Thanks for joining. Just
Thanks,
sign up on
Thunder.
the sign
Bye,
up on the thing if
Thunder.
you can be here next week.
Oh boy.
Hope your Sherpie doesn't learn anything.
Me too. Wait, no.
No, I do. I hope they learn lots and they keep playing the. I hope they keep playing the game forever.
Real and true.
All right, goodbye.
How would you wish that on anyone?
That's. Oh, he's back.
Oh, there's 2 of them now.
There's 2. I only see 1. Anyway, wait, is he actually here?
He's muted?
All right, I'm just gonna kick him out.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole point of the Sherpa system is to get people more interested in the game.
I understand that, Greener.
Okay, so yes, I would
I'm
wish
just
that.
jorking you.
Stop jorking me. Okay, if we don't have anything left to talk about Destiny, which we actually talked way more about Destiny than I anticipated we would, I want to quickly go over this. I don't know if you guys are interested in the top Steam sellers this year.
Yeah,
Does that interest you at all?
Let's go.
I think it's interesting. All right, so let's go from 20 and work our way up to 1. You guys can tell us. So these are only on
There's
Steam.
20, huh?
Yeah, there's 20. Is that too many? You want to do top 10?
No, go 20, go 20. If we
All right.
fast fire the 20.
We'll
to 20.
fast fire them because some of them you've probably never heard of before.
No, I know
All right.
I've never heard of them.
Okay, so number 20 on the list for just an FYI, top new Steam paid games 2024 year to date. This was written a couple days ago. So
It had to have been released in 2024?
yes,
Okay.
these are new games that are paid.
Okay.
Okay, number 20 is Farming Simulator 25. You believe that?
Does not surprise me. I've seen
Really?
My mom still plays Farmville on Facebook. I think it's insane.
I like the Farming Simulator games, but I never pay for them. I wait till they're free on whatever subscription service I have.
How much does it cost?
Which one? The game?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
Do you
listed
not
here,
have
but
the
I assume it's $59.99 when it was brand new. All right. I'm not gonna look all of them up, but I'm gonna look this one up.
Keep going with the list of
Farming.
all.
It's too late, man. Farming Simulator 25 is Canadian. It's $64.99. So that's
not
probably
really
fuck off. That's probably $49.99 American. Okay, so number 19. We were talking about this the other day. Gray Zone Warfare. Not bad. Number 18, and this is going to make some people mad. Dragon Age: The Veilguard.
$49.99.
Yeah, see, I'm smart, right? Impressive. All right. Persona 3 Reloaded takes number 17. You guys like the Persona series? Never played it?
Don't even know what that is.
It's a Japanese RPG that focuses very much on like the connections that you have with your party members. Like in between doing dungeons, you spend time during the day like going and shopping with them or getting some ramen together or it's type of game. They're really fun. I played all of 4 and only half of 5, but I've never played 3, but they remade it this year, and that's what Persona 3 Reloaded is.
Wait, so that counts? Like
If it's a
like
remake, yeah.
remaster?
Not a remaster, probably.
Okay.
Unless there's a remaster on here somewhere. Anyway, Tekken 8, number 16. Hades 2, clearly alphas count. Number 15. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink at number 14. I don't know what that is.
It's got to be a JRPG.
I have a feeling that Grand Blue
all those words. It's got to be a JRPG.
You're probably right. Number 13 is Enshrouded, which is cool. FYI, if you don't know, the SGC has an Enshrouded server that's currently going. You should check it out if you play the game. Check out our server. Go help us build our town or something. I don't know. I don't play the game. Number 12 is Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Number 11 is Manor Lords. I don't know what Manor Lords is. Anyone know?
Yeah, it's a it's kind of like a strategy game, like a 4X strategy game, but when you're doing the battles, when you're fighting, you're actually in a character, right?
Okay,
Um,
so you
but
do
also
tactical
directing the
stuff.
battle. Yeah.
What do you
yeah.
mean by that?
Nothing sexual, freak.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't like it then.
Never mind. Okay. Number 10 was Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, which I heard had a lot of bugs on launch.
Yeah, it's supposed to though. Like it wouldn't be a stalker release if it wasn't full of bugs. People would
No,
be
but
disappointed if there
Like,
weren't a ton of bugs.
no, people were mad. Trust me. They were mad as shit.
People were mad because this got a release on Game Pass, and a lot of non-stalker players got into the game,
Yeah.
and they didn't like it. But anybody who's played the other stalker games, because this is not the second stalker game, this is the third stalker game. If you've played the other ones, bugs are part of the experience. In fact, bugs are anomalies in the game oftentimes make you think there's a bug in the game, even though what's happening is actually intended.
Okay. That sounds awesome. I can't. Yeah. All right. Number 9, Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero. I assume that's a fighting game.
Yep.
It's a
Number
Dragon Ball Z game.
Hmm.
Like you never played Budokai Tenkaichi and all that?
I've never played anything with Japanese name in my life.
You don't know what Dragon Ball Z is?
I know what it is. That's why I said I assume it's a fighting game instead of like an RPG,
Yeah.
because the show is about fighting.
Yeah, but it's not like
The show is not about fighting.
it's not
Dragon
like
Ball
Mortal
Z
Kombat.
is not about fighting.
Okay.
The
well,
last
every-
the last 2 or 3 episodes of every season are about fighting. The rest of the episode is about training or running or having a conversation with the big bad. Very little
Leading up-
fighting in the
it's-
middle parts.
I guess you could say it's about edging, essentially, is what
Jesus fucking Christ. All right, I just looked it up. It's a fighting game. Next, number 8, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which I find surprising this far down the list. You think a lot of people
What
bought it
number
on
was that?
Battle.net instead of
what
Steam?
number? Or console, maybe?
Number 8. Yeah, maybe it's a console game. That might be it. I don't really know. It's on Game Pass. That makes sense, actually. All right. Anyway, that's probably bad though for them, but maybe they make enough money off Game Pass. I don't know. Number 7, EA Sports FC 25. So for all of you people that may think EA is going to go out of business, no, their sports games are going to keep them going forever.
Yep, a new one for every franchise every year.
Yeah, and they always sell unbelievably well.
People love the content, man.
Yeah. I just bought an EA game the other day when I was talking about UFC. That's the EA. That's EA. And they're fun as shit.
I have the
What's that?
cricket one.
Number 6, which is surprising to me because it just fucking came out, Path of Exile 2. And it
Is
just
that
came out
free?
in
I thought-
alpha. No, it's not free. The original is. Pretty sure. But not the second one. The second one's like $40, I think. Anyway, so number 6 this year. Number 5 was Dragon's Dogma 2, which I find also surprising. I know a lot of people were talking about it a lot this year, but the first one was one of those like games that you bought when it was on sale because it looked like that RPG that might be fun, but it's like done by an indie studio, and it looks bad and it feels janky and it's not fun. So I was really surprised, but it sold really well, obviously. And it's done by Capcom, which is ironic that I say, indie studio. But Dragon's Dogma 2, I never played it. It looked a lot better. And obviously a lot of other people thought so too, because it's number 5 on Steam's paid top new Steam paid games. All right, now we're in the top 4. Any guesses at what number 1 through 4 are?
For Steam?
Yeah.
Counter-Strike?
Counter-Strike's free.
I'm gonna guess that
Also,
it's,
new game.
New game.
I like that. I like how you did that. Yeah.
Helldivers.
Helldivers 2 comes in at number 3 this year.
Okay, wait. Let's keep
So we
going.
got
keep going.
1,
I
2,
get-
and 4. We got 1, 2, and
Okay.
4 left. What other big games were on Steam?
Does the Elden Ring thing count?
No,
Didn't it count for the Game Awards?
it's not on this list. That's all I can tell you.
Destiny's on
What
there
was-
somewhere, probably.
No,
No.
What was the one with the
it's an
big baby?
I don't
that
think
you
it has
fought?
the expansions.
Oh, okay. All right.
What's the
What-
game with the big baby?
Black
that you
Myth
were fighting?
Wukong.
That one.
It's number 1.
Fuck yeah, bitch.
Good job, Bebo. All right, we got 2
Yeah.
and 4 left.
Is Dragon
Okay.
Age on there?
Hey, I said that
No,
number
It
18.
was already mentioned.
He wasn't listening. He doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Think of a really big game this year.
Pokemon one.
Yeah.
One.
Pal
what's it
World.
called? Pal World, that one.
Number 2. Bebo's not supposed to be getting all these. He only plays
I'm on a
Destiny.
fucking roll, baby. Let's go.
All right, there's one left. It's number 4 on the list, and if anybody gets this one, it should be wrecked. But the way it's going, Bebo's going to guess it somehow. That's a pretty big hint, I think. Just an FYI. Rivals is free. Phoenix. Alright.
I'm
I'm
out.
just going to say it.
out
It's
of-
Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine
Ooh.
2.
Damn.
Probably shouldn't have sold that many copies. I mean, I like the game, but you know,
I've only played it for the 2 hours I played during the extra live stream. I have not turned it back on yet.
it's like 4 hours of it's like 4 to 6 hours of this campaign, and then you know, you want to run some strikes over and over again or play some shitty PvP. And my answer to both of those was, nah, fam.
Never.
I did the story. I'm good.
That seems fair.
It was really more of a $40 experience than a $70 experience.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, so with number 1 being Black Myth Wukong, I don't know if anybody's ever watched the podcast or any of my streams, they would know I don't not like that game, but I do not in any way think it deserves the praise that I got from the gaming community. I still don't understand how or why it's been held on such a high fucking pedestal all year. And obviously it's number 1 best selling. I think we all knew that when they announced that they sold 20 million copies in like fucking a week or some shit. But because everybody was mad that Astro Bot won Game of the Year, I decided to go finish it. I said I was going to bring this up today. And I'm going to go finish Wukong. That might take me a little bit longer because that game's a fucking slog. But this week, I went hard. I did it. I played that whole game. I played everything. I platinumed it. Got it all done, finished. 100% Astro Bot. And holy shit, I got to tell you, there's no way that Wukong changes my mind. Astro Bot is 100% the game of the year. I don't care what anyone
I
says.
thought you were gonna say there is no way this game won Game of the Year. I thought that's where
No.
you were going with that.
It's so much fun. It pulls on your nostalgia, especially if you're a PlayStation kid. All the stuff in the game, everything you do, it's so much fun. All the characters you unlock, there's certain space, like the way the game works is there's a bunch of levels you go to, and then there's mini levels in each one of those where you go and find all the lost bots. And the lost bots are different PlayStation characters through the generations of everything. And each galaxy or whatever you want to call it finishes off with a level that's designed totally around a game in the PlayStation genre or in the PlayStation library. The first one, for example, is Ape Escape, and then it does God of War, Ragnarok, and then one of them is Uncharted, the other one's Horizon, and the other one is Patapon. They're all really cool, and it remixes the music, the theme song from those games in the Astro Bot style, but it keeps to the original. And it hypes you up, and everything is meticulously built, and the sound effects are incredible, and the music gets you hyped and nostalgia, and just everything about it is perfect. And then you get through your game and you play it and whatever, and then you've got collectibles that you can earn if you want to keep going. They have time trial levels if you want to keep doing that. And then they have challenge levels that you can do as well that are just difficult platforming challenges. They're the best levels in the game. I love them. Just to perfect everything, to get it done as fast as you can, even though they're not the time trial levels, which is ironic, but they're much harder. Then there's a Grandmaster challenge. It's not that hard, but maybe I'm just good. Anyway, I guess that's my quick review of this game. I think it's incredible. And I've been saying I wanted it to win Game of the Year, but I didn't really have a leg to stand on because I'd never finished it. I just didn't want Black Myth Wukong or Final Fantasy VII Rebirth to win. And now I've officially played both of them. I just named 3 games. I've officially played Astro Bot and Final Fantasy VII. I still agree, at least that much. And I'm about a third of the way through Black Myth. I'm going to finish it because maybe it gets amazing at the end, and that's what everyone was talking about. But I fucking hate games like that, so I hope not. But I want to give it its fair shake so I can have this full conversation with everybody and absolutely confirm at the end of the day, 100%, the Game of the Year is going to be Astro Bot. I don't care. All right.
You think a boss rush game like Wukong is going to get better as you go through?
No, I don't.
The formula is literally go to next boss, fight boss, go to next boss, fight boss, go to next boss, fight boss. Right?
I mean, Elden Ring gets better as you go, and it's basically a boss rush game.
Elden Ring is 100 times more RPG than Wukong is, though.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree 100%. There's actually
here's your 1,000 different ways to build your character, right? You don't really have that in Wukong.
Yeah. Here's your staff. Upgrade your staff. Oh, here's an ability that you can freeze everything for like 4 seconds. That's the one you're going to use the whole game. There's no reason to switch to anything else.
Heal clip?
There's no heal clip. Sorry. You just got to drink from a fucking gourd. I can play as a monkey. You know what you can do in Astro Bot? You can play as a fucking robot monkey. Oh, that's something I totally forgot to mention about the game, not the monkey thing. But like as you're playing through the game, each level has its own version or its own mechanics, which I think and they're always interesting in most cases. The balloon one's kind of boring, but they do start to repeat near the end. But as you're playing the first half of the game, you're introduced to a new one almost every galaxy, every level, and you're like, oh man, they're gonna do this forever. They eventually don't, but it was really impressive. And that game's got no bugs.
I've played Destiny for 10,000 hours. I can't fault the game for having the same gameplay the entire way through.
Oh, it definitely doesn't have the same gameplay. Like it just starts to repeat mechanics. All the levels are vastly and wildly different with different bosses and different enemies. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. And I can understand why it's not somebody's cup of tea and they'd want Black Myth to win over it. But you cannot legitimately, like, I don't care who you are, you cannot play that game and they go legitimately, this game is terrible, it doesn't deserve Game of the Year. And if you can do that, I don't know, you have terrible something. Like, there's no way you can play it and not recognize the greatness that it holds, even if it's not your style of game. It's just a bunch of butthurt monkey fans that are angry that a game that could be considered a kid's game won Game of the Year. For fuck's sake, It Takes Two won like 4 years ago. Nobody gave a fuck because it wasn't up against anything else. But it's a kid's game. Like, right? I don't know. The only thing I would be mad about is it's an EA game.
Is there a list of the top sells of like overall as opposed to just on Steam, or
No. Maybe somewhere. I don't have it though.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
Hold on. Best selling video games of 2024. See if there's a list. GameSpot put one out. I don't know what it's based on though.
Is it the same as from the ones you read?
No, it's a different article. This is Activision's Call of Duty 6 says first full month on sale in November, following October 25. Blah blah blah. Note this game's also available on Game Pass, which no doubt impacts physical game sales. This might be physical game sales. Oh no. Bear in mind this list includes dollar sales as well as physical and digital data from many publishers, but not all. Nintendo does not share, for example.
They're saying is
Okay.
that Game Pass wouldn't actually include a sale of the.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, here's this list. Spider-Man 2, Madden NFL 24, Minecraft, NBA 2K 24, Tekken 8, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Grand Theft Auto 5. The game came out in 2011. How? All right. Anyway, Hogwarts Legacy, WWE 2K24. Holy fuck, EA's making money. Chat, that's 3 EA games.
That's what casual gamers play.
MLB The Show 2024, Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring, EA Sports MVP bundle, EA Sports FC 25, Madden NFL 25. Oh my God. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero. Man, that sold well. Fucking Dragon Ball game. Helldivers 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and College Football 25. Does EA do college football too?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did Microsoft buy Activision when they could buy EA? That was so much shit. Whatever. I got nothing left to talk about. I think we can call it there. You guys got anything else you want to talk about?
Dawning Bingo continues, as does the Cookie Vanguard Bake Off. Still have time through the end of till Tuesday, basically, to get your Dawning Bingo cards finished, filled out, and submitted, and submit whatever confections you happen to have created. And I think that's it. That's it. We're not going to talk about the PvP survey. I've gotten about 73 answers on that, so
That's crazy that you got that many.
Good there. But I guess since I talked about it, I might as well mention it. If you find the announcement for the PvP survey and you haven't taken it yet, please do so. You get some loyalty points for simply filling it out. So that's it. That's all I got. I do have something for the post show, but we'll get there when we get there.
Okay, cool. I've got what?
Nothing. You go. I mean,
I got two.
Just gonna say.
Holy fucking Christ!
Is
that real?
I see you. You're fine. We'll cover. We'll get it. Don't worry, buddy.
Yeah, I saw it too. All right, I got two things. I'm gonna do my dawning or my Vanguard cookie bake off or whatever it's called tomorrow on the Catastrophe stream for anybody who wants to tune in. It'll be live right here on Twitch. Yeah, so that's I'm gonna make some. Oh, hold on, where's my phone? I forgot already, which is ironic. I'm gonna make some Ascendant oatmeal raisin cookies for Eris, and I'm gonna make Doodles for Commanders of Allah.
I'm going to be making some dark chocolate moats this weekend.
Cool. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing that. That was just a subtle reminder that we're doing a Catastrophe stream tomorrow. So come win some stuff and watch me bake in no clothes. I'm just kidding. I'll have clothes on. That got Bebo's attention. Yeah, I know it did. Also... Yeah, I got to do the weekly winners because I forgot to do it at the top of the show. So, weekly winners this week. 2,300 silver goes to Disney Healer. Congratulations. And free T-shirt, SGC merch T-shirt, whatever it's called, goes to sussbebo.
Ah, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
fuck that
him
guy.
off the server right now.
I agree. What a donkey fucker. All right.
Whoa.
What?
It was one time. What? Sorry.
That's funny. That reminds me of that
Wait.
joke.
What joke?
There's this joke where it's something like, if somebody helps you build your house, you don't call them a house builder. If somebody helps you cook supper, you don't call them a chef. But you fuck one goat. Something like that. Anyway, yeah.
Wasn't
What a way to end
Disney
the
Healer the one
show.
that submitted the
All right. Sorry.
the
What?
first question that we used for the podcast?
What's that?
Was Disney Healer the one that
Yes.
submitted the
Yeah, great
well,
question.
he absolutely deserves the
Deserves a win. Yes,
over the-
congratulations. All right, let's round out. Thank you so much for watching episode 90 of This Week at Shrouded. I was your host, A Greener. Thanks for Bebo and Mr. Recht for being here, and also our dearly departed Thunder. Have a great night,
not dead.
everybody. And we're out.